the one guy they need to add is Aaron Rodgers. I think it's going to happen before OTAs begin.
Okay.
And someone who knows him but doesn't know exactly what's going on in this case offered a theory over the weekend. 1, he's already committed to the Steelers. 2, he already has everything he needs to study the playbook and get up to speed.
Right.
And 3, there's a conscious decision made that he's less of a distraction, not part of the team at all, than he would be if he was signed but not there for Phase 1 and Phase 2.
I hear that.
Because he's always been against Phase 1 and Phase 2. Phase 3, okay. Phase 1, Phase 2, I can work out on my own. Remember, he got hurt during one of the early phases with that antiquated dragging the weighted sled, remember, as part of the warm-ups. Wasn't that what it was?
It was in training camp, though. It was actually
no.
Like,
I thought he injured the
first
calf.
few days of
I thought it was his off-season
warm-up,
workouts.
and he had the medicine balls, and he was doing that. It was a warm-up thing before training camp that time.
I thought it was OTAs. I didn't think it was training camp. We'll have to look that up.
Okay.
I thought by training camp he was fine.
Okay.
And then, up until the 4th snap of the regular season opener, he was fine in training camp.
All right. We'll check that out.
But he's against Phase 1 and Phase 2, so instead of being signed to a contract and not being there, and then when's Aaron showing up? Where's Aaron? It's less of a distraction for him to just not be part of the team.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And another theory is, and I don't think he's going to do this, but it would be hilarious if he announces his intention to join the Steelers at 7:45 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday night, 15 minutes before the schedule is released. The Jerry Jones move, Bigfoot the schedule release, and make it all about Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he'll do it for that reason, because most people would say, oh, here he goes, taking up all the attention. But I think it's coming far sooner than later. By now, the schedule hay is in the barn. I don't think they can reconfigure it at this point. They're not going to give them more prime time and short week games early in the season. We know they can always flex them into more later. But early in the season, like last year, the Jets got screwed by that schedule last year.
Right. I think the Steelers are going to get screwed by it this year. I think it's going to be that. I mean, this is something where I think the NFL would call the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, they would know from, first of all, what
Mr. Rooney may say, I don't know.
I know.
Mr. Rooney doesn't like
came on
primetime home
TV,
games.
and he kind of came out already and was like, yeah, we expect him to be here. We think he's coming here. When you make a comment like that.
He does want to be here.
He does want to be here, right? He certainly put more pressure and made you think that it was going to happen. But like you're saying, I would think Rodgers wants to be there for on-field football work with the guys, start to work out some of the offense and get on the same page. Yeah, I'm not worried about him working out. I can understand that thought process there of not being there for Phase 1 and Phase 2. He's a veteran. He knows how to work out and be ready. He's not going to be out of shape. He's not one of those guys anyways. Rodgers is always in tip-top shape, so you don't worry about that. But, yeah, I would expect it to come sooner rather than later as well. And, yeah, I think we're going to see Pittsburgh early season. There's going to be like showcase games for the Steelers because they're going to play like, let's get Rodgers early on with the Steelers in case it falls apart later or he gets hurt. They're going to do that like we saw with the Jets.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.